afternoon, or whatever the time of the day it is.
Take exit 2 on the left, then 9.
So, after a very pleasant day in Edinburgh, we are heading north again. Ultimately, we're heading towards Aberdeen. Yeah, that's it. I couldn't remember either. Sorry.
How far ultimately are you thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ultimate destination.
Yeah, ultimate. Oh, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, so we're heading towards Aberdeen. However, we're not going to get there today. Probably going to stop off at Dundee and follow the coast up northwards. So our next destination, if you like, is the Forth Bridge. So there are now 3 bridges out there. There's the Forth Railway Bridge, which is the famous one, the red one, the one that the train fell off back in the day. And then there's the Forth Road Bridge, which I first went over as a kid. And at the time, I think it might have been the longest suspension bridge in the world. They put in a 3rd bridge.
Surely there's 4 bridges if it's the 4th bridge.
No, the 4th bit comes from the river. It spans the Firth of Forth. As you can see, Willow's driving. First time driving a van in Scotland.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't. Is it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the first time driving in Scotland, but the first time driving the van in Scotland.
In 1 3/4 miles, take exit 1A on the left, then 90.
No.
Now you're showing your age.
I'm sure there's other people that remember that song, 90.
Yep, it was a famous song in its day, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You don't hear it much anymore, do you?
Yeah, the average age of well, because it's not probably politically correct, is it?
No.
Fix the camera and speed limit is. Oh, good job I saw that in it. Not that I was speeding people. only 2 mile an hour over, and I don't know how on point they are about it. I've got to come off at 1A. What's the name of the bridge in front? Willow Bridge.
Yeah. So, we're actually going across the Queen's Ferry crossing. It's going to be quite difficult to see. If you can see over there, you can see the Forth Road Bridge, and beyond the red one is the Forth Rail Bridge. This is very reminiscent of the Willow Bridge. I think this is the way suspension bridges are going. I don't know whether they're easier to build like this, but a lot of the modern bridges seem to be built in this fashion as opposed to one over there which something in my head says that's a cable style. I'm sure it's doing it off the cuff and not reading it off the Google.
I don't know why we're doing coming to do 40.
Possibly.
Is it? Is it because of people working maybe?
Could be the people working, could be because it may be a bit windy out there. There we go. Can't really see a lot.
Oh, yeah, it's got to do it because they just got flashed. Yeah, flash and went.
Yeah, I suspect you won't get away with the flashes on it in Scotland.
I think it was the truck with the machinery on it.
Ah, right.
Oh, it's very impressive, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. Why don't you get to go over the other one?
Use a different road, I suppose.
Really?
So, we made it to Dundee. Dundee's over there, on this side of the river. Hope over here. This is part of Dundee University, and just behind the van over there through that trees is Dundee Airport. That's the Tay railway bridge, which earlier on I said about the fourth bridge falling down. It wasn't, it was the Tay River Bridge where the train came off and crashed into the river. But apparently they did offer the guys that built that one to build the fourth bridge as well. Anyway, that's it. So we're here, Dundee. Not sure whether we're actually going to get to go into the town or not. It's just a stop off. It's quite breezy here, and I think we're in for a bit of weather. Hence we're doing this now. This is the River Tay. The sea is this way. The weather's this way. Where we're going, Dundee, is over there. And that's heading inland. I can feel the rain coming in, so I'm gonna call it. Gonna go back inside, and we've got bacon sandwiches for lunch. All very nice.
How perfect am I? So I have driven from Edinburgh up to Dundee. Weren't too bad. Traffic was amazing really once you got off of one of the roads. And what, within 15 minutes of parking up, my husband gets a bacon butty.
And it's a banging bacon butty.
Of course it's a bacon butty.
A classic, not BLT, BRT. Bacon rocket. What's the matter?
Yeah.
Because we ain't got none of this.
Nope. So that's what we've got. So to make the bacon a little bit crispy and not too snappy hard, put a bit of water in your pan. Don't cover the bacon, just a little bit of water. Let that boil, and then sizzle the bacon, turn it down, and look at it. And not rock hard. You've got to admit I'm perfect, ain't I? So, applications for husbands are not being taken because I'm already am. That's what I just mentioned now. Anything to add how awesome I am?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No problems at all.
Yeah.
Shame we can't do anything about the weather.
Yeah. But it was sunny just a minute ago, so we're not going to mind. So we've got some solar and not a bad little park up. So we'll see you later.
Hey Willow, what are you doing that's so important that I've got to make dinner?
Sheep. I'm making some Christmas presents. So this is a work in progress. It's a fairy, as you can see.
I'll tell you what, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty much 3D to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This takes hours, but I think when it's done, do you want to show them the one I did yesterday? Slightly different.
Yep. Where is it?
It's up in the cupboard. Hang on a minute. We'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, be back in a sec. Hang on a minute. We ain't showing you the inside of our cupboards. No.
So this one I did yesterday, and that is for Florence. She's just one. That's to go on her wall. I did a slightly different thingy. That probably took me 5, 6, 7, 8. Takes about 4 hours. This one has taken way longer because I went to the range and bought this stuff, and yeah, it's a bit fiddly to say the least. What can you do when you've we drove a couple of hours, the weather was a bit inclement, it actually peed down, so we've got a nice little park up, so I thought why not. So see you later.
You know how to make spaghetti bolognese, so I'm not going to show you. It's just a tomato sauce. There's no meat in it. Yeah. So.
You know with it, I'm hungry.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you know.
There you go, top tip. When photographing a rainbow, use a polarizer filter. With, without. With, without.
Good morning.
Good morning.
From a very chilly Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Did any of you know it was on the coast? Look at this. It's not bad, is it?
Nah.
So it's a chilly 13 degrees.
Yeah, it's fresh.
It's very fresh.
But it's dry.
It's
which is-
dry.
I'm quite impressed about.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the end of the day, sun is always good. So we're going to have a mooch in the city and see what we can see. So yeah, the first city that's been dry for a while.
Aberdeen. It's Scotland's third most populous city.
Yeah, and it's huge.
It's quite large, yeah.
Yeah, it feels bigger than Edinburgh from like, but it's
Yeah,
not.
I think it's quite spread out.
Yeah.
It's it's in the middle of two rivers, the Dun and the Dee. Why they didn't call this place Dundee, I don't know, but that's down the way to
Yeah. Which was parked on the outskirts but didn't go in. So anyway, we'll take you with us and we'll see what's what. Hope you're all doing well and we'll see you in a bit. Right guys, so you can see that boat over there. That's the ferry to the Shetland Islands. What Shetland Island was it?
Shetland Islands.
Oh, the Shetland Islands.
So the ferry.
You actually named them?
So no, I named the ports they go to.
Come this way.
They go to Lerwick and Kirkwall. You can get a ferry from here to Lerwick and Kirkwall. I looked up the ferries to Lerwick, and yeah, again, if you have a car or a vehicle, it doesn't include a passenger. I don't know how that works. If you've got a commercial vehicle, I think it's cheaper because you have to ring them directly. But it's about 20 quid for a person to get there and probably about 20 quid to come back. So that ain't bad.
And then you have to pay £3 for a seat.
Yeah, £3.50 for a seat. Although, yeah, when I went through the booking form and it didn't give you an option for seating or cabin or whatever, and then cabins come in, you know, just to there's a basic sleeping pod for 18 quid, I think it was, and then cabins up to sort of 60, 80, 100, 120 pounds. But that's for the full cabin, so if there's 4 of you, that ain't too bad, is it?
Yeah.
Inside, outside, balcony, you know, full
Yeah.
works.
And then for us to take the motorhome, it was?
Yeah, I mean, when I did it, for us two and the motorhome, it was £185.
One way.
One way.
But there's an advantage being married to an older man.
Yeah, anybody 60 and over gets a 10% discount.
Yeah.
Or throughout, so you get 10% for everything.
Yeah, he's a keeper. Woohoo! I thought I'd just mention that, but yeah. So that's your boat. I don't know how many. Did it say how many sailings there was?
Yeah, it's one a day.
Oh, there's one sailing a day, so there it is. And it takes a grand total of 12 hours to get to your destination. So book in advance, I'd say, for sure. And that was priced on us going next week, and this is mid-season, so we are in early October. So
Yeah.
by the time you see this, it'll probably be like, you know, I don't know when, but
I messed around with the dates a little bit, and coming back in November was significantly cheaper, so
yeah.
I would say November's off season. And I would suggest you might have to take your seasickness pills as well.
Oh, just a thought. My daughter's just sailed from the North Island of New Zealand to the South Island, and it took 3.5 hours. Can you believe it? I didn't realise it was that far. I'm thinking that's further than France from England. But yeah, so that's
Yeah,
a journey.
yeah.
She said it was really rough, even though it was termed an okay day. She said it was really rough, and she had seasickness for motion sickness for about 24 hours afterwards. What was you going to say?
Yeah, so if you look at the gap between it, the gap between North Island and South Island is not very big. But the boat it's not like England or France where it goes directly across the gap. It comes out, if you have a look where the ferry comes from and where it goes to, it comes out of sort of, I don't know, a river I suppose, or an estuary. So there's you know, a bit of coming out, and then when you get to the other side there's quite a bit of going in as well, I think.
Oh, well, there you go.
So that's probably the reason.
Yeah, and she was saying that the South Island is a lot drier than the North Island. Auckland gets a lot of rain because it's a narrow bit between the two parts of the sea. So yeah, they get a lot of rain there. But even though she was in t-shirts down south of the South Island, it was snowing. So there you go. Anyway, we're trying to fathom where we're going. We didn't think we'd get autumnal colours with all the dry long summer that we had, but there you go. Isn't it beautiful? You really can't beat it, can you? And this is one of the things I'd love to go to Canada in the fall and just see a sea of autumnal coloured trees. Love it. So, check out the turret on that. A farm vehicle's just gone past with animals in it. Quite fragrant, to say the least. But yeah, the Granite City. And some people call it the Silver City because the granite sparkles. That's when the sun shines on it, basically. A huge university here, and North Sea oil has made the city boom. But yeah,
There's actually 2 universities.
is there? Oh, I didn't know there was 2. Which way? I think to go that way.
Yeah, let's go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the University of Aberdeen, which is the younger one. And then there's the original one, which is, I can't remember. We'll put it on the screen because I don't want to mess up the name.
Yeah. But it's quite a multicultural city as well, which is always nice, you know, I like that type of thing. But who knew? I didn't know there was 2.
And the first one was here, it's been here since 1498.
It's almost as old as you done. I thought I put that dig in.
And the city itself got its charter in 1170 something or 1190 something.
What does that mean?
When it became a city.
Oh, right. So most of these cities have cathedrals, don't they?
Yeah. I bet you there's a cathedral here.
Oh, well, I bet you were. The amount of spires that we've seen just walking from the beach, I think I counted 7 or 8. And they're the ones that we could see. But yeah, we'll see you in a minute. Okay. Oh yeah, double stars, yeah. So we've got a gold post box. So back in 2012, any gold medalists that come from somewhere got a gold post box. And this is George the 4th?
I don't know. It's just
V1.
Yeah, V1, that's 6.
George the 6th post box. So all the post boxes will have the Urania. So Charles has got a C and an R at the bottom with a 3 in his, that's his new one. And what have you. So it's quite an old box, that one, isn't it? More than 100 years old?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I think. 2 to 6? No.
Yeah, the Queen's dad. Yeah, the Queen's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Kevin's having a moment. So there we go, we've got a bit of a square going on. There's a couple of stools over there. Let's have a look at the stools. That's quite nice, isn't it? So the unicorn is the Scotland's
national animal. If you like.
national animal.
Same as like the lion is for the UK, or for England. Unicorn is for Scotland.
Yeah, I didn't know that. We didn't know that till we come to Scotland, did we?
No.
No.
It's stuff you see all the time but don't realise.
Yeah. Some nice buildings, some nice architecture.
That's it. Willow can't resist the stall. Looks like we're in a bit of Market Square or Wards.
Okay, so I've got a brooch. So I was looking at brooches when I was in Brighton, and kind of similar to what they got there. And she was charging 28 quid, but she said for cash she would give it to me for 20. Now that's how much marked up she's got on. So I've just gone to this chap here. 2 quid. 2 quid for a brooch. And nice it is too. And I was telling my mum about it, and she said, oh, I've got a couple of brooches for you. I said, no, I've got 3 brooches, yeah. But I like that, I like the stone. It says it's Channel Island jewellery, but I like a bargain. How much would I have paid for it? If you'd have said a £5, I would have ummed and ahed. For 2 quid, snap that up. And then I bought another one as well, but I thought, better not go mad, because I might get a look from a certain someone. Yeah. So, because I wear a lot of scarves and stuff, and sometimes you want them just to stay in place on a shawl. So yeah. So I could have actually got a brooch for Shan, because she wears a shawl.
So she's good. Give that one to Shan.
No, I'm not giving this one to Shan. Get another one for Shan. But I've got no cash on me. That's a big mistake, because like when I have to ask my husband, he won't give it to me. Am I wrong?
Willow never has any cash on her.
No. Because most places don't take cash.
That's more like the ferry you're going to get on to go to.
So you can see Edinburgh's a lot, Aberdeen's a lot different from Edinburgh. Literally the streets in Edinburgh, considering it was rainy, were quite packed. Here there's hardly any cars, hardly any people, the shops are all empty. It's got a completely different vibe to it, isn't it, Kev?
Yeah.
Where obviously Edinburgh, because of the tattoo, I should imagine, brings in a lot of tourists and the castle and stuff, but yeah, definitely it's not got the same feel, for sure. Just really, it's just like any other high street, isn't it?
Yep.
There's not a lot going on, even architecturally, that has wowed us. We've got lots of churches, but they're just your kind of like normalish looking churches so far. We are walking down Union Street, which is quite a long road. I'd say it's probably about a mile long.
I don't know. Yeah, possibly. It's pretty much like the main street, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, it's known as the Grey City, and it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Very grey. But
whether that influences the atmosphere, I don't know. But I don't know. I quite like this place. It feels real.
yeah, it does feel real. I'm not saying we dislike it, it just feels completely different to Edinburgh. That was so vibrant. It was just like, I thought in some respects Edinburgh had way too many souvenir shops. Like every other shop was a souvenir shop. But yeah, it just feels very quiet. Very quiet.
It's Friday morning.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, I would have thought the place would be buzzing a little bit. But it is what it is. Maybe we're looking in the wrong bits. Not sure. But look, literally, look. Very quiet. So this is a first for me. Crumpets, avocado, salmon and poached eggs. Is Willow in her element? Oh yeah. And Kevin has got sweet eggs and beans. But you didn't know they did surfing in Aberdeen on the beach?
Nope, not sunset, nor sunrise. Moonrise. Almost full.